If you have used generative AI over the past few years, you are likely accustomed to a predictable manual loop. You type a prompt into a chat window, wait for text, copy the output, open an external code editor, and manually assemble what you need. Perplexity Labs fundamentally breaks this paradigm. Instead of returning a wall of text or static code snippets, Labs operates as an autonomous, full-stack execution workspace. In a single 15-minute session, it scours the web for live data, writes clean HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, compiles interactive charts, and deploys a fully functioning web application directly inside your browser tab, all from a single prompt. The 15-minute no-code workflow building. A live, data-driven dashboard requires zero coding experience. The entire process boils down to defining your high-level intent and letting the multi-agent system execute the research, code assembly, and deployment in the background. 1. Select Labs mode and draft your intent. Open your Perplexity workspace and switch your model selector to Labs. Input a structured prompt defining your target output. For example, research current quarterly financial metrics for major cloud providers and build an interactive comparative dashboard with live metric filters. 2. Watch autonomous research and code synthesis. Time, Labs initiates a self-supervised execution loop. A real-time task progress bar reveals each step as the model browses live web sources, aggregates datasets, writes structured JSON schemas, and synthesizes full-stack front-end code. 3. Manage underlying files in the Assets workspace. Time, 2 minutes. Click over to the Generated Assets tab. Labs automatically organizes every deliverable. Downloadable CSV datasets, standalone chart graphics, Python cleaning scripts, and raw code files, giving you total ownership of your project assets. 4. Interact with the Live Mini App tab. Switch to the App tab to view your deployed dashboard. Labs renders the compiled code directly into a functional mini app equipped with dynamic dropdowns, hoverable metric cards, and responsive UI controls. Unpacking the dual workspaces, assets versus apps. The core architectural breakthrough of Perplexity Labs lies in how it separates raw data artifacts from rendered visual deliverables. It divides your project into two dedicated, interactive spaces. The Assets tab. This acts as your project's complete file manager. It collects all raw materials generated during the run, including structured CSV files, Python scripts, standalone image charts, and clean markdown summaries. If you need to export the raw data into Excel or grab individual visual assets for a slide deck, you can download them individually without diving into the underlying code. The App tab. This tab serves as your hosted web viewer. Because Labs generates native web code, HTML, CSS, and client-side JavaScript, the resulting dashboard is not just a static mock-up. It is an interactive mini app with state management. You can filter data ranges, click through tabs, and test UI components in real time. Let's talk about the cold, hard reality of building a data dashboard today. If you go the traditional route using enterprise tools like Tableau, Power BI, or Looker, the friction is brutal. First, you're stuck writing complex SQL queries or cleaning massive CSV files just to get your data into a usable schema. Then comes the technical nightmare. Mapping data models, wrestling with custom DAX or level of detail formulas, and spending hours fixing broken aggregations. By the time you finally publish a report, days, or even weeks, have passed. And if a stakeholder asks for a fresh batch of market data, you have to rerun the entire pipeline from scratch. Traditional BI isn't just slow, it locks insights behind a wall of technical overhead that requires a dedicated data engineering team just to maintain. Now, over the last couple of years, many of us tried replacing traditional BI with AI chatbots like ChatGPT or Claude. And on paper, it sounded great. You ask for an HTML dashboard, the AI outputs some code, and you build it. But in practice, standard chatbots trap you in a tedious copy-paste loop. First, standard LLMs suffer from static knowledge cutoffs, meaning they can't pull fresh, live market numbers without you manually feeding them data files. Second, they output raw code blocks. That means you're forced to copy the HTML, open a local code editor, spin up a local server, fix missing CSS styles, and debug broken JavaScript library links yourself. You're not actually saving time, you've just traded being a data analyst for being an unpaid front-end troubleshooter, spending 30 to 45 minutes fixing code instead of analyzing results. This is exactly where Perplexity Labs changes the entire game. It completely bypasses both the enterprise overhead of Power BI and the copy-paste nightmare of standard chatbots by unifying live research, coding, and web deployment into a single 15-minute background process. You type a single prompt in plain English. Labs immediately deploys autonomous web crawlers to gather current, real-time metrics across live sources. It formats that raw data into clean JSON, writes the front-end code, and builds an interactive web dashboard directly inside your browser tab. Zero code written on your end, zero local setup required. And here's the killer feature, the dual workspace architecture. Under the Assets tab, Labs automatically saves all underlying data, clean CSV files, Python processing scripts, and standalone graphics, giving you full export control. Then under the App tab, it hosts a functional, browser-native mini-app equipped with live metric filters, responsive charts, and state management. When you stack them side by side, the contrast is undeniable. Traditional BI gives you high power, but demands days of work and high technical expertise. Standard chatbots give you fast code generation, but leave you stranded with dead links, static data, and manual deployment. Perplexity Labs delivers a turnkey experience. Live data grounding, automated full-stack coding, instant hosting, and full asset ownership in under 15 minutes. The technical barrier to entry for building real-time, interactive data tools hasn't just been lowered, it has completely vanished. Perplexity Labs proves that no-code development in 2026 is no longer about dragging and dropping widgets inside complex software builders. It is about describing your vision in natural language and letting autonomous agents handle the research, code generation, asset organizing, and deployment for you. Head over to Perplexity Labs today, prompt a real-time research dashboard tailored to your industry, and explore the generated asset and app tabs firsthand. If you want the exact system prompts, dashboard layout templates, and asset configurations used in this video, check out the resource links in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more high-velocity AI workflows, and I will see you in the next build.